Swamiji passed away in 1902, and since then there have been many meetings in India, in America, and also in England on Swamiji. Now, in all these meetings, one thing was mentioned, that his appearance in the Parliament of Religions in Chicago. Parliament of Religions, he spoke many times, but the first speech is most remembered. It was a short speech, but the beauty of this short speech is that all the major things of Hinduism have been showcased there. See, you know that Swamiji was being requested many times to rise to speak, but he was taking his time. I think he was formulating within his mind all these points. Now, if you go to there are two versions available of this short speech. It is the longer version which he used. Shorter version has been censored, you see. In that longer version, the second sentence, he says that I am proud to belong to the most ancient order of monks, of which Gautama was a member. He says, so that means he specifies two things. First of all, the most ancient order of monks, and that Buddhism itself is a part of this. You see. Normally, we do not see Buddhism in that light. You see, Buddhism had a huge propaganda. That's why it is projected as a completely separate thought. In fact, much of Buddhism was already there. You see, this all this formula. You see, there is Buddhism begins with they call it Four Noble Truths. There is suffering. There is a cause of suffering. There is a way to get out of suffering, and the formulation of this. You see. Now, this is nothing new. What was new in Buddhism, you see, it is the personality of Buddha. Such sympathy towards one and all has never been seen. That's why Swami Vivekananda said that wonderful heart, the like of which the world has never seen before and after. That is the particularity of Buddhism. Another particularity, of course, is there. Each sage has something new, otherwise he cannot be named as a great sage. Naso munir yasya mutanna bhinnam. One is not a muni if you have not any specific message. So Buddhism's specific thing was that I should say that this tremendous sympathy, and not only to all classes of human beings, even to some human beings, you see, his love and sympathy for them. This is the major thing of Buddha's thing. Now, there is so much similarity between Buddhism and higher Vedanta, that there is a saying that, and especially Gaudapada and Shankara, they are Buddhism in disguise. So, Buddhism in disguise is this is a charge. But if you go through these writings of Gaudapada, say towards the end of the Karika which he composed, he says specifically, say, and which is very much true, that everything in this universe is nothing but the non-dual Brahman. This message is nowhere in the, say, among the messages of Buddha. You do not find this message anywhere. Say. So that is the particularity, you see. Vedanta is following many of the things, but there it comes the bridge. That means Vedanta, higher Vedanta especially, is very emphatic that the whole world, universe, nothing, there is nothing which is not Brahman. You see. This is the point, you see. And the universe is compared to that is your almost nothing. You see. That is the point. Yes, you see. This point is not there in the message of Buddha. You see. All other things you see match. You see, but here is the break. You see. So one must remember this when one charges Shankara and Gaudapada as your hidden Buddhism. This is number one. Number two is that, you see, then he says that I'm proud to belong to a religion which is the mother of all religions. Then he adds, of which Buddhism and Jainism are but branches. Branches in the sense that much of it actually is there already. Yeah. You see. Because Buddhism is says two things that which is not in the mother religion. That means he says that the Vedas are not the final word of truth, because Vedas contain all these injunctions of sacrifice, which is not a very high kind of religion. That is one thing. Another thing he was saying was that this this religion should be available to each and every one. So if you cling to Sanskrit alone, that is not correct. Only you see few people will understand it. The masses will not follow it, you see. So himself used to use the Magadhi language, you see, a kind of vulgar Sanskrit, you see, that he used to use, which was understood by the ordinary people. So that is, these are the two things in departure from the mother religion, you see. And in your Jainism, the accent is on this ahimsa. It is absolute ahimsa. Whereas Buddhism talks about ahimsa, but Buddhism is not so much strict about it. Buddha himself used to take your fish and flesh if he used to get it during his viksha, you see, because he used to say that the animal had not been killed because of him. So he used to, in fact, his last meal was pork. You see, he was invited by a scavenger, and the scavenger had only pork to give to a guest. So that was his last meal, you see. So they are not, you see, but Jainism is very strict about these things. So these are the, you see, then he talks about the tolerance of Hinduism, the tolerance, and points out that tolerance itself is not a very high thing. What this tolerance means, that I am irritated by what you are saying, but still I maintain my calm and do not demonstrate anything. You see. That is tolerance. So he's saying that we not only tolerate, we accept everything. Accept everything because because the idea, as just now Mr. Chakravarti was reading, is the one religion which is being manifested in different areas, different cultures, etc. According to their taste, according to their evolution, this same thing, that means the attempt of the human mind to grasp what is suprasensorial. In that sense, all religions are one. You see. So then he talks about that Hindus have sheltered the persecuted of all races. And he mentions especially Jews and Zoroastrians. In fact, you see, whenever the Christians had difficulty in the Middle East, so they came to India. You see. So wherever there was persecution, because it was known that this is the land where there is no religious persecution. So persecuted of all religions always flock to India. Then he quotes from the Shiva Mahendra Stotra, Ruchinam Vayichitrad Rijikutila Nana Pathajisham Ninam Eko Ganyas Tamusi Payasam Varnavaiva. Rivers are flowing from different directions, but they all come to the sea. So people, due to their temperament and to their aptitude, they take straight or say meandering paths, but they all finally come to God. This is what this shloka is saying. Then he concludes his short speech by saying sectarianism, bigotry, and its horrible descendant, fanaticism, have long possessed this beautiful earth, but their time is come. So that is his hope, you see, he expresses. So this is the speech, you see. So in short, he has shown some of the major things of the faith, and that earned for him two things. That is, people understood that, and he is a powerful, not only, so when you read his speech, you do not understand the impact. see, himself said to someone that when he said, my dear sisters and brothers of America, there was a thrill to the whole congregation. He said that his personality, you see, went through his speech and affected the gathering. So when you read it, you do not have it, you see. So when he used to speak, there was another, you see. So when you get your message in the printed form, it is something else from what when he delivered them directly, you see. So this is what I have to say, because this is this short speech is often mentioned as his, of course it is his debut in that country. You see. So he spoke totally, you see, on many things. He spoke on many facets also. He spoke about India's women, he spoke about India's working class, you see. He spoke about the society, Indian society. So he spoke on many other things. He spoke sometimes about the epics, you see. So, and of course, Vedanta, of course. His main talks on Vedanta. So, let me conclude here, and I shall ask our ambassador to address you